Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Clothed and Confident. Today we want to go over something that we've seen quite a bit, and that is taking your paper matches and extending the life, so to speak. Basically, you get one match and you split it and you try to make it into two, but the key is to make a fire with both halves. Alright, let me reset up the camera and see if I can't do this. Okay, so I've got two separate tinder bundles here, both of them birch bark, because hopefully that will be, the easiest thing for me to light. It's pretty calm out here, although there is a little bit of wind. First thing I'm going to do, now I could take my knife blade to do this of course, but I'm going to try to get my fingernail to start to split that match. And I want to split it as evenly as possible, which it never seems to do. See, the left side is a lot thinner than the right side. Gonna try to even that out a little bit. Okay. That's not what I wanted. Put these stupid matches out of the way. Alright, let's just try it the way it is. Oh boy, that's really thin down there. That's not going to work so well. So here I have it, starting to split. It's very thin here, thicker there. I'm going to try to work my nail into it and split that head. Okay, that one, there's not a chance in the world I'm going to be able to get that to light. I don't think anyway. Well, there's a little bit of meat on there, but not much. There's the thicker one. I'm gonna be mumbling. I'm gonna put the end of this just in my mouth to kind of keep it out of the way. And we'll go with the thicker one. Okay. So that worked. The thicker one worked. Actually not too bad either. If you have any wind at all, this is almost impossible. But now we've got the little tiny sucker. Oh, look at that. There's moisture on my striker now. Somehow I got a little bit of snow on my striker. Oh wow, just barely. I got super lucky because I'm using birch bark, but that was a close one there. That if you had to rely on that method, I don't know, and especially with the stress of not being able to get not having a fire if you didn't have that work, that's pretty crazy. I got real lucky today because it's super calm, and I'm using birch bark, the best of materials. So, alright, there's the paper matches. Now I need to go grab a wooden match. Hey see guys, if I can. We did the paper matches. Not too difficult if everything is perfect and conditions are perfect. These are strike on the box match. I've never split a wooden match, to be honest with you. So let's give it a whirl. I just lost some of the head right there. Maybe I should have went from the other end. Okay, so I've got just the tiniest little sliver of a match and a lot better one. Let me put away my knife real quick. I've got a pretty crappy tinder bundle. And once again, we'll put the crappy one here in my mouth, kind of keep it dry. Just a little bit of grass. We'll see. Show you that real quick. See if you can see that. I'm pretty happy I caught it on fire. I mean, this is literally a really crappy grass tinder bundle, and there she goes. But all right, I'm not too worried now whether it goes out or not. All right, that wasn't too bad. With the really good half, let's see how this not so good half works. Once again, I'm not super worried that the tinder bundle's going out, because like I said, it was pretty crappy. At least I got the match to light. And that last flare-up you heard was actually that part of the head that had broken off. So that was a little bit of cheating there, but anyway, I got the match to light. That was the main part of this exercise. All right, that's pretty cool. I've never done that before with a wooden match. All right, let's see what else we can come up with. We finally have a sunny day today, which is awesome, because in this next thing I'm going to do, I need the sun. I want to try to create a solar fire. Now, those of you who have seen my past videos and stuff, or at least my 1,000 sub video, I had my surgery. I can move my arm, but I can't use my fingers, so this task is going to take me a little bit longer than, you know, normal. And I'm out here right where I did my ice water plunge vid, and you can see the creek where, well, maybe you can't see it, but anyway, the creek is right behind me. It's all frozen over. We finally got some chilly weather. This morning it was 3 below. Right now I think it's about 6 above. So we got some nice good weather for this. What I want to do is I want to try and take a chunk of ice and form it to try and create like a parabolic lens or magnifying glass to focus the sun's light and create a solar fire. So I've got a couple of options with me right here. I'm going to be real careful because I don't want to get my feet wet here, although I am pretty close to my house. But I want the clearest ice possible. I've got a couple of options. I'm going to reset the camera up and show you what they are. A chunk of ice. The problem that I see with this ice is that you see the layer in it. So the back layer towards your right, which would be my left, is clear, but then this top layer is a little more foggy. I might be able to separate that, I'm not sure yet, but at least I have an option right here with that. Okay, let's see what option number 2 is. Okay, here we've got the creek. It's still flowing underneath this ice, obviously. What I want to do is try and cut out a nice section of this brand new ice right here. nothing like working on the ice and having something like that happen. Make you catch your breath. I'm literally standing in about 6 inches of water, but I don't care who you are. Whenever you hear that sound, it makes you it makes you grab a hold of yourself. All right. What I need to do is lean out there a lot more so that when I fall in, I just fall right face first. Look how thick that is. Alright, I'm going to keep working on it and get back with you. Alright, it's kind of starting to break off into pieces like this, but that's nice clear ice. I might be able to get that to work. I want to save these pieces just to try it out. There's my piece. Get up here. Alright. Might try to harvest another couple of pieces. I don't know if you can see that or not. Anyway, it's a pretty good sized chunk, but it's really fractured. So anyway, let me get some nice pieces and we'll try to get this to work. Okay, all I'm going to do with this little piece is just kind of try to carve out a little divot in the middle just to remove some of the material of this ice. I'm just going to keep working that down until I get it fairly thin on the inside. Okay guys, I ditched that foggier piece and went with a more clear piece. This has taken me forever to sit here and carve this. I'm trying to be super careful, and I'm just, this is the first time I took my mittens off, but basically I'm just blowing on it and trying to get a nice shiny surface on it. And then I was taking my hatchet and kind of carving on it too, but now it's, you know, it's going to be pretty darn fragile, so I want to be real careful and you know, just sit here and polish this up. Maybe I will use my bare hands a little bit like this, but obviously that's going to get kind of chilly. It's 7 now, so it warmed up a little bit, I guess. But anyway, I'm thinking this is going to take me into tomorrow, so I'm hoping that I get, obviously I could form this if I had a fire or something like that, but you know, what the heck would be the point of making a magnifying glass out of, or making a solar fire out of this piece of ice if you had a fire? So anyway, I'm just going to continue just to kind of keep using my hatchet. Probably about done with my hatchet for now, but mostly my hands and just breathing on it. I can tell the shape of this is going to be super critical because light barely shines through this right now. So I'm going to have to get this pretty darn thin. So this is going to be a challenge for sure. This isn't going to be a piece of cake. I've seen other people do it. Briefly, I've watched other people do it, but yeah. And the sun's kind of getting low down in the horizon right now. See, that's a pretty nice clear piece, but I want to make that that little divot in the middle, you know, a nice circle, to obviously the same shape as a magnifying glass. Although, you know, I mean, I do think that's critical. Although, you know, one of those parabolic, one of those Fresnel lenses are square. So, anyway. But I gotta get my mitten back on, and I'm gonna just keep trying to polish that up. And like I said, probably gonna have to try it tomorrow. Hey guys, well, I've been working on this ice deal, lens thing now for a few days off and on. And the problem I'm having, well, I'm having several problems. First of all, it got pretty cold. It's like 1 right now above. So when you're working with a piece of ice, with your bare hands, trying to shape it and stuff like that, it gets pretty cold. You gotta take a lot of breaks, and you don't want to get frostbite and stuff like that. But also I found out, I read an article, reread an article in Self-Reliance Illustrated, and I was going about making the lens incorrectly, according to this article. What I was trying to do was make it kind of like a bowl shape, but only not so severe, kind of higher on the edges, and then go down, you know, in a circle, like a dinner plate or something, okay? Shaped like a dinner plate. According to this article, that's exactly backwards the way you need to do it. You need to have it thicker on the top and then narrow or get thinner towards the edges all the way around. And you know, they had a little diagram of the light refraction and all that other stuff. That's fine. The problem that I have with this is, where do you find ice this clear? Now, I did find it in the creek. I was able to get a nice piece, and if I had you know, maybe if I worked on that piece a little bit more, maybe I would have got a little better results. But even that piece was fractured inside there, so there was a lot of lines and stuff like that. The article that I read said, you know, use nice clear ice like you get from an icicle or something like that. I've been freezing this stuff. Like I said, it's 1 degree. It got to 12 below zero last night. I just poured some water in a metal container. I got nice filtered well water in here, and it comes out cloudy. I got 2 of them here that I was going to practice with, and I tried running water over them to try to help me shape them and stuff like that. I mean, it's with one arm too. It's just a pain. So, you know, like I said, I'm not saying it can't be done. It's just, for me, not very practical. Where the heck are you going to find ice this clear? I mean, maybe, like I said, that creek, but you're running a risk falling through the creek if the only clear ice is like right in the middle where it's running. I guess I don't know enough about it. So, I mean, when I was doing my bowl, or the, you know, that shape of thing, I couldn't even get hardly any sunlight to come through at all. And finally, when I was blowing through it, I blew a little hole through it. Couldn't even get the light, and that was a pretty clear piece of ice. I couldn't even get the light to come through it at all. Anyway, it's cloudy today. I can't even try if I wanted to, so. Alright guys, a little different than the first couple episodes we did. This was another more skills-based episode. So I think we're going to kind of throw different scenarios, skill-based, stuff like that, kind of change it up this year, this season. So anyway, thanks for sticking around, guys. Take care.